few certainties in life: death, taxes, and Gabriel scoring headers from corners. That was said by the commentator from Super Sports, and I agree. So Arsenal won a huge emotionally charged match against Newcastle. The match was only the sixth game of the current Premier League season, yet celebrated as if it were a decisive win and a title race. Arsenal scored a late-winning goal, showing belief and emotional control. So what are the key takeaways? Let's start with Arsenal's performance. It was a massive emotional win. I mean, if you watched the game, you witnessed Arsenal or the Gunners celebrating it like a title match. They controlled the game. When I say they, I'm referring to Arsenal. They penned Newcastle in, and they were able to show football quality, spirit. That was my favorite part: emotional maturity and belief until the final seconds. So Arsenal kept believing they could win even at the very end, and we can confidently say it's a sign of growth and title ambition. Declan Rice was specifically praised for his work rate and defensive responsibility, and he was also praised for checking back when the team was pushing forward. Mikel Merino, he was credited for not fitting a classic role. He was also credited for having a knack for being in the right place at the right time, because after Arsenal were behind 1-0 by Voltmad's goal, he scored it in the 34th minute. Mikel Merino scored the equalizer in the 84th minute. So that was one of the factors that credited him. And so what was the turning point for Arsenal? Pundits debate whether this game marks a turning point in Arsenal's season. While it's early, I mean, only 6 games in the season, it boosts their belief, and it's going to help them keep momentum. Arsenal took advantage of Liverpool dropping points. Liverpool lost to Crystal Palace on Saturday, so it was something that had failed to do in the past. They now sit second in the table. I mean, they always sit second in the table this season. We hope to see them sit first in the table and finish on top of the table with a good run of fixtures ahead. So commentators emphasize the win only matters if they keep winning in the next few games. So what were the areas that Newcastle United struggled at? Well, Newcastle were leading, but they lost their lead, similar to their earlier loss to Liverpool. Their game management issues were noted, such as the goalkeeper. Some mentioned that the goalkeeper could have held the ball to secure a draw, but he failed to do that. Missing or rotating players disrupted rhythm. So they have a new striker. His name is Voltemad. I hope again I'm pronouncing his name correctly. So now they sit 15th in the table, but pundits believe they will finish in the top 6 or 7. So now let's dive into the managerial decisions and tactical notes. We will start with Arteta's. Arteta's substitutions and tactical changes were praised. He brought Odegaard. So many people were praising him for bringing Odegaard. I mean, Eddie Howe even said, I'm trying to go through my notes so that I can quote what AD said about Odegaard. Okay, so let me start by Roy Keane. He said, over the last few years, every time I've seen Arsenal, I have never felt they had enough. But I look at this Arsenal squad and I think they have the players capable of winning the Premier League. He said that. Arteta, after the game, he said, for me, he was talking about the penalty, Gyökeres, I think it was Gyökeres. Yeah, so for me it was a penalty. We were told unless it's clear and obvious, VAR won't intervene. Thank God we found a way to win. They finally found a way to win, and yep, that's what matters. So Michael Owen said, this Arsenal team is miles ahead of Liverpool in terms of performances. Every decision went against them today. I mean, they were not awarded a penalty, and so many Arsenal fans were very upset with that decision. So he said every decision went against them today, and they still won. They're becoming a mentality monster. I feel like it's a good news for Arsenal. So the thing is, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham all dropped points this weekend, and Arsenal took advantage. So this is what Eddie Howe said. Martin Odegaard's introduction changed it for Arsenal. I thought he made a difference for them and started to penetrate our lines more. I'll say that again because there are people speaking in the room. So he said, I thought he made a difference for them and started to penetrate our lines more. That's what AD Hall said, and I agree. I feel like Odegaard made a difference. Lewis Kelly also came on, adding widths, adopted formation effectively, and Arteta's substitutions and tactical change. It maintained core strategy. High intensity, set pieces, press. That's what happened. So the crowd, stadium atmosphere, and last minute win created an emotional release for the Gunners, and it was described as a terrific theater and gripping sport. So, Newcastle players likely left frustrated, reflecting on what went wrong because they almost had it. They almost were winning the game. And on the other hand, Arsenal players likely left the dressing room feeling confident and unified.